Hey Jody, thought I would send you this quick video as I was responding back to your note. Very grateful that you're going to take a look whenever you can. I know you're a very, very busy lady and a lot going on, so very much appreciate the attention when you can. And as I was typing what I was typing in terms of just how excited I am, and just how exciting it must be for you for all the absorption that's going on. It's something we talked about when we connected. You know, you're peeling the onion, if you will, about the culture, which got me thinking about the iceberg model, which is what I have here on the screen, which you very well may be familiar with, and you can throw this out and move on to the rest of your evening or your day. But if it's something you're not familiar with and haven't been exposed to, I want to share it with you. I think I talked a little bit about it when we connected, but this is a nice visual. The world only operates, for the most part, and sure with your experience in your career in life, above the surface of this iceberg, and looking at what is happening and what is seen as the events, and that's where the problems are solved for, and the solutions are just being looked at in terms of what's happening on the surface. And there's no answers there. Right? The leverage is getting underneath the surface of what's not seen, which takes a while. So there is no quick fixes. And you and I get this from sustainability standpoint, right? It's a longer term game, longer term picture. What patterns are happening over time? That's what I mentioned in my note. What consistency is happening in terms of the feedback and insights that you're getting from the people that you're talking to and getting to start to build a relationship with in the role that you have now. But as you go farther down into this model, you get a great deal more leverage. So below the patterns are the actual system structure itself, which ends up generating those behaviors and those patterns over time, either systemically or within people's mental models. And even below the system structure is the mental models themselves, right? So the step one is to watch and learn what's happening over time. A lot of times you don't have the luxury of time, but it's things don't happen overnight and they can't be fixed overnight. Again, I'm not nothing new in terms of your mindset and awareness about this. And after that, it's really what are those patterns and where are they coming from, and how is the system itself causing those patterns, and how are the biases and the culture and the way people think and act collectively within the organization is the real root of where challenge comes from, and where the system structure works the way it works. Different people who don't get along, and the I don't want to say this, the potential passive aggressive nature between a group of people or individuals is seated and rooted just in the attitudes and perspectives that people have and the assumptions that they have, and build over time and get self-fulfilling prophecy going on, and feedback loops that further degrade and further entrench people's attitudes about other people. And then the system continues to work the way it works, based on the fact that people are acting the way they're acting. So the biggest leverage is, again, lower down in the iceberg, with where the heads are of people within your organization, and then work at that level to redesign based on the step 1, 2, and 3 of watching and learning, taking that awareness and patterns to see how it's being generated from how the system actually exists, that's being operated now, and then try to expose what people are believing, what's spoken and unspoken in terms of their actions and their attitudes. That's where real meaningful change can take root, because that's the root cause of the challenges that exist in humanity. And then the last step, after looking at that culture and what's driving people's attitudes and behaviors from those attitudes, is then after the tweaks that you do, there should be new patterns that emerge, which circumvent ultimately what was happening before, and sort of a replacement behavior, because new systems based on brought out perspectives of people that are now respected and listened to, because who knows their job better than the people that are actually doing it, And again, what are the patterns in terms of the consistencies that you're hearing, and through your own investigation, getting validity and validating that's going on. So I'm hoping I didn't waste your time and you were just nodding your head going, yeah, no kidding, I know all that. Wonderful if you got this far, if you already are exposed to all this. But if this is something that was intriguing to you, I'm glad I had the time to share it with you. This is a very core aspect of the sustainability work that I've done in the jobs that I've had where it had nothing to do with sustainability, but sustainability of the systems that exist and the companies and the work that exists. And you gotta work with what you have ultimately. So be well. Hope to talk soon. Take care.